Okay, let's take a look at reproductive system today. We will first take a look at male reproductive system. Here you have two diagrams. The first one is the front view of the male reproductive system, and here is the side view of the male reproductive system. We will take a look at testes first. Testes, also known as testicle, they produce male sex cells and male sex hormone. Male sex cells is also known as sperm. Male sex hormone is also known as testosterone. Okay, after sperm is being produced, they are stored here in the epididymis, also known as the storage duct. During ejaculation, sperm will be transported along the vas deferens, also known as the sperm duct. As you can see here, from the front view, the sperm will move along the vas deferens. Along the vas deferens, at some point, there will be a region where you can see that this seminal vesicle is somewhat connected to the sperm duct at this point. When sperm passes through this point where it is connected to the seminal vesicle will secrete its fluid, also known as seminal fluid, to join the sperm. Then subsequently, together with the fluids from seminal vesicle, they will enter the prostate gland. The prostate gland, I will highlight it in orange, is this one. Okay, so if you look closely, they will pass through the prostate gland, but the sperm does not pass through the seminal vesicle. Okay, the seminal vesicle is attached to the sperm duct over here. Okay, so when the mixture of seminal fluid and sperm were to pass through the prostate gland will also secrete its fluid to join the sperm. Then together, they are now known as semen. Okay, so I can show you the semen. As you can see here, the semen is made up of 10% sperm, 30% fluid from the seminal vesicle, also known as the seminal fluid, and 60% are made up of fluid coming from the prostate gland. Okay, so let's continue the journey. So earlier I mentioned that the sperm produced here, stored here, during ejaculation, it will be sent out through the sperm duct. When passing by over here, there's a point over here where the seminal vesicle is attached to the sperm duct. The seminal vesicle will secrete its content to join the sperm. Then the sperm and the seminal fluid will pass through the prostate gland, and together now they are collectively known as semen. So the semen will move out through the urethra and then ejaculate out. Okay. Then we have the scrotum. The scrotum is there to hold the testes outside of the body where it is cooler to allow the maturation of sperm. Okay, let's review all the function in words. So you can actually pause to copy down the function. It will be quite useful because your teacher or in your exam, most probably they'll ask for the function of these organs. Okay, so I have actually listed down, wait, let me clear all this first. I have actually listed down all the choices over here. Okay, so we will just drag and drop over here. Okay, it's easier than me typing out. If I were to type out, it will be quite slow. Okay, so let's recall testis. Remember, testis is there to produce male sex cells, sperm, and also to produce male sex hormone, testosterone. So we drag it and drop it over here. Epididymis, also known as the storage duct. It is there to, store the sperm for up to 2 weeks. Okay, after 2 weeks, the sperm is no longer viable, so it will expire. Okay, new batch of sperm will replace it. Don't worry, you are producing sperm 24/7 every second of your life. Okay, vas deferens, plural form vasa differentia, is also known as the sperm duct. Okay, if you recall, this is the sperm duct. So the sperm duct transports sperms from the testis to the urethra. Here. Then seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle produce fluid that nourish and lubricate the movement of sperm, so that the sperm can get food and produce energy to move in the female reproductive tract. Okay, it also contains mucus and also substances that help the movement of sperm in the female reproductive tract. Then we have the prostate gland. The prostate gland basically produce fluids that are of the same function as seminal vesicle. And then we have urethra. Urethra for male is special. Urethra will carry both the urine and also the semen out of the male body. For female, this is slightly different. For female, urethra only carry urine. Okay, the ovum is actually coming out from the vagina, which we will come into that later. So this is to let you know the semen's composition, because it was mentioned over here. Next, we have penis. Penis is to help deposit sperms into the vagina during sexual intercourse, over here. Then we have the scrotum. Finally, over here is to hold the testis outside of the body, where it is cooler, to allow the maturation of sperm. Ta-da! So these are all the organs and the functions. So you can pause this video and copy down if you need the functions. Okay, let's proceed to female reproductive system. Oh, before we go, just now I highlighted the side view. So let's go through again through the front view very briefly. Just bear with me for a while. The front view here, you can see the testis. That is where the sperm and the testosterone is produced. Sperm will be stored here. Here you can see the front view. Okay. Then this is the sperm duct, where the sperm move out during ejaculation. You have 2 sperm ducts. And then the seminal vesicle will secrete its fluid to join the sperm. And then together, they will pass through the prostate gland in here. And then together with sperm, we have, the sperm, seminal fluid, and also the prostate fluid together. They are now known as semen. They will enter the urethra. Okay, so the urethra will carry the semen out of the body. At the same time, it also carry urine out of the body. Sorry, not at the same time. I mean, the urethra also carry the urine out of the body, but not the same time. When a male ejaculates, there is a mechanism that disallowed the urine to move out. So when male were to ejaculate semen, there's only semen. You don't have semen mixing with urine. Or when you pee, you don't have urine mixing with your semen. No. Okay, they come out in separate time. Okay, then we have the penis over here. The penis is to introduce the sperm into the female body, which is the vagina. Okay, and lastly, this is the scrotum. Okay, from the front view. Okay, so let's continue with the female reproductive system. Let me erase this first. Okay, this is the front view and this is the side view. Let's start with ovaries. Ovaries are the counterpart of the testes. So if testes were to produce male sex cells, ovary will produce male sex ovaries will produce female sex cells. So here you can see the ovary will produce ovum and send it into the fallopian tube. Okay, and then if testes were to produce male sex hormones, ovary will produce female sex hormones. That is your estrogen and progesterone. Okay, then the fallopian tube over here. The fallopian tube is the site of fertilization. That means it is the place where fertilization occurs. And then, thanks to the structure of the fallopian tube actually allow the fertilized ovum to move towards the uterus. Okay, and then finally the uterus. The uterus is the site of implantation and it allows the growth of the embryo into fetus. Okay, allow it to grow. So the uterus will actually expand 20 to 30 times its size. The rest of the structure, fallopian tube, will not expand. Okay, the fallopian tube will still remain the same size. So is the vagina and everything, but the uterus will basically grow together with the baby, the fetus. Okay, then we have the cervix. The cervix is actually the neck of the uterus. If the uterus is the head, then the cervix is the neck. Okay, the cervix serves as an entry point into the uterus. The cervix function is to widen during childbirth, and the cervix also secrete mucus to lubricate the vagina during sexual intercourse. Okay, finally, the vagina. The vagina will receive the penis during sexual intercourse. The vagina also serves as a site of sperm deposition. Okay, so later we'll go through the side view together. Let's take a look at the structure and function in birds. Okay, ovary. Ovary is there to produce female sex cells, the ova, and also female sex hormone, estrogen and progesterone. Fallopian tube. Fallopian tube is the site of fertilization, and it also transports fertilized ovum with the help of its cilia. It transports fertilized ovum to the uterus with the help of cilia. Then we have uterus. Uterus will be the site of implantation over here. Okay. It also allows implanted embryo to grow into a fetus. Then we have cervix. Cervix will secrete mucus to lubricate the vagina during sexual intercourse. And it will widen during childbirth. Finally, we have the vagina over here. receive penis during sexual intercourse. Okay. Urethra is actually a kind of a different entity as compared to the reproductive system. But I highlighted this so that you can compare it with the male reproductive system. The male reproductive system allow urine and semen to flow out of the male body, but urethra in female will allow urine to flow out of the body. That means urine and urine only. Okay, let's take a look at the side view. Okay, from the side view, you can actually see that the urethra only allow urine to flow out. Why? If I could highlight this in another color, possibly yellow. Here you can see this is the urinary, oops, wrong choice of color. If you see, this is the urinary bladder, this is the urethra. So the urethra is serving only the urinary bladder. It doesn't serve the reproductive system at all. Let me see if I can get another color. This is your uterus. Okay, so that means at the bottom here must be your vagina. Okay, and this is your fallopian tube, and then your ovary over here. Okay, so notice the vagina has its own path as compared to the one from urethra. And then finally you look over here, looks a bit funny, right? This is your anus. Your anus. Your anus allow feces to come out. In other words, female has 3 holes. The first hole is for urine to come out. The first hole leads towards the urethra. The second hole leads into the vagina, which is meant for reproductive system. And then the last hole is meant for egestion, for you to remove feces. For a guy, it will be slightly different. Okay, a guy only has 2 holes. Let me remove this first. Okay, from here you can see a guy has 1 hole and another hole was not highlighted. It's behind over here. It's meant for feces to come out. Okay, if you recall, female has 3 holes. 1 for urine to come out. Another one is for reproductive system, where you either allow menses, menstrual blood, menstrual tissues, uterine tissues, fertilized or unfertilized ovum to come out, or for baby to come out. And the last one is for feces to come out. Okay, so for male, they combine these 2 together, urine and also semen, okay, which is meant for reproduction. Okay, so that is it for today. So if you would like to copy down, you can pause at the right moment to copy both male organs and function and also female organ and functions. Okay, we'll stop here today. See you next time. Bye-bye.